Namaste to all the speakers. So the topic that I'm going to touch upon in my session is going to be the concept of liberty and equality as seen in the construct of the Varnashrama Dharma. So the question here is, doesn't the very concept of Varna Vyavastha, indicate inequality? I'm taking more of the style of the Purva Paksha and the Siddhanta Paksha. So people could be asking to say that, doesn't Varna Vyavastha in itself mean inequality? Doesn't it indicate inequality? So here the answer is something like this. And Balramji very nicely touched upon this point during his address as well. Sanatana Dharma actually recognizes that at the mundane level, which we can say as the Vyavaharika, at the level of the Vyavaharika, no two people can be inherently equal. No one person or one jiva is equal to the other jiva. That is why in the Dvaita Siddhanta of Madhvacharya, you have those Panchabhedas saying that everything is different from everything, right? Because that is what we see, that is what we experience in the universe. And this is because of the various reasons, starting from the vasanas, the impressions, which then are led by the prarabdha karmas. So the entire karma theory. So prarabdha karmas leading to vasanas, impressions, and these leading to your gunas with which you are born, the nature. And then you act according to these gunas. And then you take up certain activities. So this is by nature, this is natural, swabhavika. Sanatana Dharma recognizes that this is swabhavika, this is natural. Hence, there is no forced effort to bring in equality when by nature itself, at the Vyavaharika level, things are unequal. That is why, and this was also one of the shlokas, one of my earlier speakers touched upon, where in the Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavan Krishna says, Brahmana Kshatriya Visham Shudranam cha Parantapa Karmani Pravibhaktani Swabhava Prabhavair Gunaihi. Very important, he speaks of course of the four Varnas, but he says Karmani Pravibhaktani Swabhava Prabhavair Gunaihi. In one of the other shlokas which I will state later, he speaks about Chaturvarnyam Maya Srishtam Guna Karma Vibhagasha. He speaks of the guna, but here he says Swabhava Prabhavaihi Gunaihi. He qualifies the guna. And Adi Shankara Bhagavad-pada in his Bhashya, he further explains this. He says Ishwarasya Prakritihi Trigunatmika Maya Sa Prabhavaha Yesham Gunanam. So this gunas, the swabhava, the prabhava guna is because of the Trigunatmika Maya, that is natural, that is Prakriti, Prakritika. Janmantara Krita Samskaraha Praninam Vartamana Janmani Swakarya Abhimukatvena Abhivyaktaha Swabhavaha. It is because of the Prarabdha Karmas, Janmantara Krita. But in many births, whatever you have done, accumulated Prarabdha Karma, which then leads to these vasanas and leading to these gunas. So it is well recognized that these gunas are swabhava or prakritika or prakriti, natural. So the Varna Vyavastha came into being to ensure that there is alignment to this, something that is naturally there with minimal disruption and without minimal forced effort. That is why it was the best way thought was to align the society in line with the inherent gunas and the subsequent occupations or the activities that one takes because of these gunas. That is where we find the shloka Chaturvarnyam Maya Srishtam Guna Karma Vibhagashaha, based on the gunas and the karmas. So talking about equality at this level is not going to work because by nature things are different. We speak about the Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, and there have been many opposing views of this being outdated and being very orthodox and leading to a lot of degradement. May be possible, but the concept is different and the implementation of the concept are two different things. So here we are talking about the concept of Varna Vyavastha, which ensured that things are in line with one's own innate nature. Even today, you find, if you take up an organization, you do find a research department, a data management department, analysis strategy department. You require specific skill sets for that department. You do have an administration, defense, combat, protection departments in countries, in organizations. You require different skill sets. You do have people with business acumen, trading, financial acumen, sales excellence. Qualities are different. There are people who prefer to carry out orders and commands versus taking their own decisions. Skill sets are different. So this is what it is based on, the qualities, the gunas, that this kind of classification came about. So the question is, every society has this, every organization has this. So what is it that we are not, what kind of equality are we seeing anyways today? We are seeing this kind of inequality anyway today as well, but we recognize this because this is inherent. We know that certain capabilities, it is inequality in capabilities which can never be made equal. This was exactly the thought process of the Varna Vyavastha. So at the Vyavaharika Satta, we are not speaking about equality in Varna Vyavastha. Now, even though this is such, what about liberty in Varna Vyavastha? And Balramji very nicely put in terms of liberty versus the rights, the freedom versus the independence. So, though Sanatana Dharma recognizes that people are not equal by nature, if people are born in different Varnas, but their aptitude or their qualities or capabilities are for a different Varna, this shift was possible, and we do have examples of this shift in our Sanatana Dharma. This is where the liberty was there. The flexibility, I might say, was there in the Varna Vyavastha. Many examples, I am just quoting few examples here. Vishwamitra, where he says the beautiful shlokas in the Valmiki Ramayana, Dik Balam Kshatriya Balam, Brahma Tejo Balam Balam. He recognizes the strength of Brahma Bala, and he recognizes that Brahmatva Karanam, the Brahmatvam is the reason by Vasishta is able to have that kind of, so I also want to attain the Brahmatva, right? So that was possible because he had the aptitude and he had the vision and he had the capability to go into that Varna. Parashurama, born a Brahmana, but the karma bhumi was on Kshatriya bhumi. Satyakama Jabala, we don't even know what Varna he belonged to, but he became a Brahmatjnani in the Upanishads. Women scholars, so in terms of Brahmavadini, Sita, Draupadi, yes, we did hear in one of the presentations that they are less, but nevertheless, the fact that they were there indicates that this was not a taboo. This was not something that was not there. It was possible, but capability was essential for you to move into that Varna. So this is what we are speaking about, liberty. There was still flexibility and liberty in the Varna Vyavastha to move between the Varnas depending upon the aptitude and capability. Now, where then is equality and liberty? What are we talking about equality and liberty? Then is where we have to go to the Paramarthika Satta. It is no more the Vyavaharika Satta. That is where we enter the concluding parts of the Veda, the Vedantas of the Upanishads, which speaks about in the Ishavasya Upanishad, Ishavasya sarvam yatkincha jagatyam jagat tena tyaktena bhunjita magradakasya suddhanam yastu sarvani bhutani atmanyeva anupashyati sarvabhuteshu cha atmanam tato na vijugupsate yasmin sarvani bhutani atmaiva bhut vijanataha tatra ko mohaha kashokaha ekatvam anupashyataha, the one who sees Atman everywhere. So the Upanishads bring that equality, the element of equality. So the Vyavaharika Satta, no, there is no equality. But in the Paramarthika Satta, the Atman or the Brahman is one. And that oneness is brought about in the Upanishads through these verses of the Upanishads. So to enable one to reach this higher level of equality in the Paramarthika Satta is where the entire Purushartha, Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha came as the ultimate Purushartha, where the Upanishads say Brahma Vidapnoti Param, that is what is to be highest attained. It is a Purushartham, Brahma Jnanadapi Param Purushartham Darshayati. It says Purushartha, it doesn't say Brahmanartha, Kshatriyartha, Vaishyartha or Shudrartha. It says Purushartha. That means the Purushartha is something that is attainable by all without any differentiation of Varna. So all Varnas can attain this because this is equal. This is the equality element which everybody can attain. But where things are unequal, they are unequal. So they have to be maintained at that level. And it is in this stage that ultimate liberty also comes. So ultimate liberty only comes when there is liberation. Without liberation, there is no liberty. Ultimate freedom comes when you are released from bondage. And this is what the Upanishads refer to as Swarat, the one who is the emperor in his own kingdom. There is nothing that the person needs to worry about anymore. He is completely independent, completely liberal, and completely liberated. That is Swarat. And that happens only for a person who has known the way Atman, Atmaivedagum Sarvam. So the Atmavit is the one who becomes Swarat. Now this we spoke about the Varnas, just one last slide on the Ashrama. Now we spoke about the ultimate state of liberation, which is the ultimate state of liberty and equality. Ashrama Vyavastha is a means of attaining that ultimate goal, ultimate stage. And this is equal for all Varnas. That is why in the Javala Upanishad, which Adi Shankara quotes in his Brahma Sutra Bhashya, Brahmacharyam samapya grihi bhavet, grihi bhutva vani bhavet, vani bhutva prabrajet. So this is the ashrama vyavastha. You go from one to the other. Because of the capability you have to build in one, then you move to the other. Because of your vasanas and prarabdha karmas, this is how we typically have to go. Then only we become capable to move into the next ashrama. However, if you are capable enough, even when you are brahmacharya, if you are capable to go to pravrajet, yadiva, itarata, brahmacharyadeva, you can go from brahmacharya also to pravraja. Grihadva, vanadva. You can go from grihastha also, from anapastha. So from all the three ashramas, you can jump to pravraja, to the moksha, if you are capable. So there only that is looked at as capability. If you have the capability, you can move into that highest state, which is going to be equal and liberal. But if you are not capable, you move into the ashrama vyavastha and soon you become capable. And this highest state is also further elaborated in the Jabala Upanishad to say that this state is where one becomes Brahma Bhuyaya Bhavati. The highest state, Brahma Vidapnoti Param, that we spoke about, is what you attain here. So in essence, what I would like to say is that Vyavaharika and Paramarthika are two levels that is clearly understood by the Sanatana Dharma. At the Vyavaharika level, it stays the Varna Vyavastha and Ashrama Vyavastha, they are means of ensuring that people remain with their guna, karma, and they are able to do justice and attain their fullest potential with what capabilities they have come. But ultimate liberty and equality is only possible in the Paramarthika, for which there is no restriction to anybody, and anybody and everybody can move into that Paramarthika, which is the concept of liberty and equality that we have in Sanatana Dharma. I conclude with this. Thanks a lot for Waves for giving me this opportunity. Thank you.